Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol नाम संकीर्तन की जय जय ओम श्रीपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्री His Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada की जय आनंद कोटि वैष्णवन की जय नमस्कार श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाशक्ति गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय समोहित भक्तवृंद की जय ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees हरे कृष्णा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड गौर गंगा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः Hare Krishna. So today is the most auspicious day of the appearance of Mother Sita, that is Sita Navami. So we'll recite something related to that. We'll take a verse from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is from the 9th canto. There are 3 to 4 chapters, which speak about Lord Ramachandra. So we'll take the 10th chapter, verse number 8. You can recite after me. Ya satyapasha parivrita piturnidesham stranai sachapi shirasha jagrihe sabharya rajyam shriyam pranina surido nivasham त्याक्त्वा ययौवनम् असुन एव मुक्तसंगा या सत्यपाश परिवृता पितुर्निदेशम् स्त्रानैस्य चापि शिरसा च गृहे सभार्या राज्यं श्रियं प्रायिना सुहृदो निवासं प्राणिना सुहृदो त्याक्त्वा ययौवनम् अशुमैव मुक्तसंगा य सत्यपाश परिवृता पितुर्निदेशम् स्थानै स चापि शिरसा जगृहे सभार्या राज्यं श्रियं प्राणिना सुहृदो निवासम् Tyaktva yayavanam asumaiva mukta sangha. Please recite. Yasatyapasha parivita pidornidesham stainasya chapi shirashaja grihe sabharya rajyam karyam parinyasurido nivasham Tyaktva yayavanamashumiva mukta sangha. Surido nivasham Yaktayayavanamashumiva mukta sangha. Okay. Mataji's. Yasatyapasha parvita piturnidesham Sainasya chapi shirashaja grihe sabharya Rajyam shrinam kainya surido nivasham Tyaktva yayavanam asumiva mukta sangha. Word meaning. Ya Lord Ramachandra, who Satyapasha Parivrata Pita, of his father who was bound by the promise to his wife. Nidesham, the order. Strainasya, of the father who was very much attached to his wife. Cha, also. Api, indeed. Shirasha, of his head. Jagrihe, accepted. Sabharya, of his wife. Rajyam, the kingdom. Shriyam, opulence. Pranayana, relatives. Surida, friends. Nivasham, residence. Tyaktva, giving up. Yayav, went. Vanam, to the forest. Asun, life. Eva, like. Mukta Sangha, a liberated soul. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Carrying out the order of his father, who was bound by a promise to his wife, Lord Ramachandra left behind his kingdom, opulence, friends, well-wishers, residence, and everything else. Just as a liberated soul gives up his life and went to the forest with Sita. Purport. Maharaj Dashrath had 3 wives. One of them, Kaikai, served him very pleasingly, and he therefore wanted to give her a benediction. Kaikai, however, said that she would ask for the benediction when it was necessary. At the time of the coronation of Prince Ramachandra, Kaikeyi requested her husband to enthrone her son Bharata and send Ramachandra to the forest. Maharaj Dashrath, being bound by his promise, ordered Ramachandra to go to the forest according to the dictation of his beloved. And the Lord, as an obedient son, accepted the order immediately. He left everything without hesitation, just as a liberated soul or great yogi gives up his life without material attraction. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-anjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Nitamshram He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishibhana Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyam Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Giram Yat Kripatam Mahamande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. So this is a beautiful verse which comes in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, where I was just hearing a little bit of His Holiness Bhakti Brihad Swami Maharaj, and he says that Lord Ramachandra's renunciation is even much more superior to Krishna's. Krishna didn't have to leave. Krishna never left Srimati Radharani. He never left, Rukmani Devi. But Ramachandra, if we see in this words, it is mentioned he leaves his kingdom, he leaves his opulence, he leaves his friends, he leaves his well-wishers, his residence, and everything else. So it's the epitome of renunciation, is the life of Lord Ramachandra. So this verse is like the way we leave our body when we die, we are forced to renounce everything. But Lord Ramachandra, while living, he had given up all these things. And today is an auspicious day of Sita Navami. It is the day when Mother Sita appeared. So Lord Ram is known as Maryada Purushottam. That is why the tithi that he is born is also Navami. 9 generally in astrology represents the number of Maryada, some limitations. And Mother Sita also is born on Navami. And in Sukadeva Goswami also mentions about Ramachandra in the 9th canto. In the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, that is also 9. So it's 9, 9, 9. Anything that you add to 9 is also 9. Anything that you multiply with 9 is also 9. So that's how everything revolving around Lord Ramachandra and his life is around Maryada. It's around thing. So many beautiful stories of Mother Sita. Actually, many acharyas, especially in the Sri Sampradaya, because like the way we study Bhagavad Gita in detail, in the Sri Sampradaya, they study Ramayana like that. It's very intricate. There are many commentaries, like during the recent Rama Katha, one of the days I went to Sarvabhauma Prabhu and asked him, Prabhuji, there is no, recommended Ramayana to be read for us, because ISKCON mein there is condensed versions available. Srila Prabhupada did not translate Ramayana, or he didn't get time to translate the Ramayana. Like, yes, isliye we can refer to Valmiki Ramayana, and especially the commentary of Govindaraj is quite famous. Yeah, that's quite a famous commentary, which even like during Ram Navami, one of the Sundays, we invited Ramru Prabhu to speak, and he was asking us, Ramayan padha hai aap log ne? So we like, I was very proud, ha padha hai, kaun sa padha hai? That condensed book jo aata hai. Yeah, that is not Ramayan. Like, Ramayan has 24,000 verses, how can you read in that one small book? He's saying like that. Like, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam has 18,000 verses, Ramayan has 24,000 verses. How can you get everything in that one small book? So he's dreaming, that is not Ramayana. Then after the class, I asked him, Prabhuji, what do you refer to? So he showed me that Telugu book that he has, by Govindaraj commentary. I said, Prabhuji, this is not something that we can read. So like, there are some English, there is a devotee in Mayapur who is translating in English the Valmiki Ramayana. You can refer to that. And that's the advantage of being in Andhra, Telangana, that you get to read in your native language. So I'm sure our Sachindari Prabhu will also be having one copy of that. But yeah, it's very famous. So the life of, so the Ramayana, especially in the south, it is actually not they say it is not the story of Lord Ram. It is actually the story of Mother Sita. It is not Ramayana, the meaning of Ramayana is the travel or the adventure or the home of Lord Ramachandra. But they say it is actually not Ramayana, it is Rama Ayana. Rama is the name of Mother Sita. Rama. I used to, until I heard and read, I never knew that, because I go to a person in Hyderabad over here, and whenever I go to his house, he calls out his wife, Rama, Nitai ji, Swami ji has come, please bring something. I was like, how can a woman's name be, Rama? And it's a man's name. But then when I read it, I realized, Rama is actually the name of Mother Sita. So it's Rama Ayana. It's the life of, if you see every kanda, there are how many kandas in Ramayana? Six kanda, and there is 1/7 Uttara kanda. That's extra. So every Ayodhya, Bala Kanda, Ayodhya Kanda, then there is Aranya Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, Yuddha Kanda, and then there are different Kandas, Suddha Kanda. Every Kanda revolves around Mother Sita. So Bala Kanda is actually the marriage of Mother Sita with Lord Ramachandra. Ayodhya Kanda is Mother Sita leaving to the forest with Lord Ramachandra. Then there is Aranya Kanda, which is actually the abduction of Mother Sita by Ravana. Then there is Kishkinda Kanda, which is actually searching of Mother Sita, revolves around that. Sundar Kanda is where Hanuman locates Mother Sita and has the conversation with her. That's the discussion of Hanuman with Mother Sita. Yuddha Kanda is actually the reunion of Mother Sita with Lord Ramachandra. And Uttarakanda is actually the departure or the disappearance of Mother Sita. That is why every Kanda is not actually centered to Rama, but it's actually centered to Mother Sita. That's how Acharyas explains. So Ramayana is a story of more of Mother Sita. There's one more name to it, Sita Charitra. I'm not getting the full name, but there's one more name to Ramayana. That's how they name it. So we know about the father of Mother Sita is Janak Maharaj. Actually, Janak Maharaj is not the full name. Janak is actually a title, a post, title. We have a name with the title Das. So there's a post, it's a title. So his real name is Shiradhwaja Janak. It comes in I was just going through the 12th to the 13th chapter in the same canto, 10th. It is mentioning the descendants of Maharaj Nimi. In that you will find this, all the descendants of Maharaj Nimi. So Maharaj Nimi was born he was a son of Ikshwaku. And in that lineage, Janak Maharaj, the father of Sita, Mother Sita comes, that is Shiradhwaja Janak. So Maharaj Nimi once was performing a sacrifice. And in that sacrifice, he had kept the initiator of the sacrifice as Vashishta Muni. He was the disciple of Vashishta Muni. And Vashishta Muni had got an invitation from Indra also to go to the heaven and perform sacrifice. So he was in a dilemma, kaha jao, yaha ya yaha, So he decided to go to heaven. And meanwhile, the time of sacrifice was going by. Maharaj Nimi waited, but then the Muhurat was passing. So he called somebody else and he performed the sacrifice. When Vasishtha Muni came back, he saw that the sacrifice has already been performed, the yajna is over. So he was very angry with Maharaj Nimi. And he cursed Maharaj Nimi that you should die this moment, immediately. Maharaj Nimi was also very powerful. He also got angry. He like, you went to heaven because you got more dakshina. I also call, you should have been here. I'm your disciple. Generally, sometimes we ignore people who are closer to us, no? And we pay attention to people who are away from us more. Sometimes those who are closer to us, we may ignore that. So Vasishtha had that dealing. So he cursed Vasishtha also, that you should also die. So both the Guru and the king, they fall dead immediately. Powerful. Now the Brahmanas over there, they are thinking, Arey, there is no king in the kingdom. How will it survive? So they perform a sacrifice. Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. So they performed that time the Brahmanas had the ability to revive dead people also alive. So they first asked Vasishtha Muni, would you like to get... He said yes, and then they revived him. That's a different story altogether. But they also asked Maharaj Nimi, right, Maharaj Nimi said, no, I don't want to go back into this body again. Let me progress towards spiritual life. You don't get me into this again. So the Brahmanas were wondering, still the kingdom is without a king. How will it survive? So they took the body of Maharaj Nimi and they churned it. And from their churning came out a personality known as Mithi Janak. Mithi means the one who has been born from Manthan, that is churning. And Janak means the one who is born. That's the title, that's how. And subsequently, every person who was born in that dynasty got the title of Janak. They had a name before the title, and so it was Mithi Janak. And also, and from Mithi Janak, the kingdom also gets the name as Mithila. This residents of Mithila were also known as Vaidehapur. Pur means city, and Deha means body. Vaideha means the one who is not attached to one's body. So King Nimi was not attached to his body. And that's how the citizens of Vaidehapur were known as Vaidehas or Vaidehis, and that's one of the reasons why Mother Sita also has the name as Vaidehi. So in that same lineage comes Shiradhwaja Janak, who is the father of Mother Sita. So similarly, Janak Maharaj was also performing a yajna, sacrifice. Generally, kings would perform the sacrifices for the welfare of the society, not for their own good, to increase their own kingdom. So he was performing the sacrifice where, with a golden plow, he had to plow the land, and wherever the plow would get stuck, he would have to profusely give charity. So while this was happening, one place the plow got stuck very badly, and how much ever charity he was giving, the plow was not coming out. Finally they digged and they found out there was a nice golden box. When they opened that box, they saw inside that there was a beautiful small baby girl. That was none other than Mother Sita. Now one may wonder, how can a baby survive in a box? Because we have all come through a 9-month process which we have forgotten after coming out. But it's a suffering. But actually it is said by the Acharyas that Bhumi Devi personified herself as Mother Sita in that way. And that is why another names of Mother Sita is Bhumi Suta, the one who was born from Bhumi Devi. She's not born from a womb. That's why she's also called as Ayonija. She's not born. Like there were many personalities in the history which are Ayonija, not born from the womb. Like Draupadi was not born from the womb. Dronacharya was not born from the womb. So they are Ayonija, special birth. On this Saturday I was hearing Ramuru Prabhu and he was saying that when the demigods want to give bad words, they say, Ja, Manav, take a birth in the womb of a mother. 9 months, It's a curse. He said, Manav, take a birth in the womb of a mother. That's how demigods would give, bad words. हम तो क्या क्या नहीं बोलते हैं जो हमें समझ में आता है. But actually for the Devi Devatas, a janam of a human being in the womb of a mother is actually a curse for 9 months. So the one who is born so that's how she was found in a golden box, and that's how she gets the name as Sita also, because the one who is born at the tip of a plow, the tip of the plow is called as Sita, and that's how she gets the name as Sita. So the birth of Mother Sita is not very ordinary, and it's special. So there are many wonderful takeaways or instructions from the life of Mother Sita during what we read in Ramayana. I'll try and cover something which is related to her marriage with her Kalyanam with Lord Ramachandra, and something related to this verse when Lord Ramachandra is banished to forest. So we see that in the Ramayana there is not much of a mention regarding the Balya Leela hardly a little mention is there. So then why is the first Kanda called as Bal Kanda? Why is the first Kanda is called as Bal Kanda? Any idea? So actually whenever a small child is there and the parent is also present, the child always feels very, very comfortable. Child is oblivious to what is happening in the surrounding. Farak nahi padta hai, it's like, because the child knows that yes, there is my father, there is my mother who is protecting. Similarly, Vashishta Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, when he had taken Lord Ram and Lakshman to the forest and Lord Rama was with him, Vishwamitra Muni was similarly feeling like a Bala, child, because the Supreme Lord as a protector was present with him. And hence the first Kanda of Ramayana is called as Bala Kanda. Not that it speaks about Balya Leela of Lord Ramachandra, because it hardly speaks about that Leela. In Krishna book we read a lot of childhood pastimes of Krishna, but in Ramayana hardly, little bit. So if you see, Vishwamitra Muni was a great Muni. He got marriage of many people done. He was actually the person who would conduct marriages for the Lord Ramachandra and Sita, Rukmani and Krishna, Narayan and Lakshmi Devi. He was a special personality. But because you don't find the mention of Vishwamitra Muni in entire Ramayana after the Kalyanam of Sita and Ram. You don't find. After that he leaves, because his goal is achieved. He leaves. So he becomes, though he's such a great personality, very senior, a sage, but he becomes like a child in the protection, in the presence of Lord Ramachandra. So fast forwarding that story to where the marriage ceremony of Mother Sita is held. Actually, it is mentioned that there was no such Swayamvara held. Swayamvara was not held. It was one by one, different kings from around the world would come to pick up the Shiv Dhanush. The condition was to pick up the Shiv Dhanush. The Shiv Dhanush came to the lineage of Maharaj Janak, because it was given to Devabrata, King Devabrata. It came to King Devabrata, and that's how King Devabrata is one of the ancestors in the lineage of Maharaj Janak, Shiradhoja Janak. So the condition was to pick up Shiva Dhanush. Many kings would come. Wars were fought to actually get married to Mother Sita. Wars were fought. So, like, sometimes if we are midst kirtaniers and we speak about musical instrument, they like to see that instrument, no? If you are middle of Kshatriyas, if you are middle of pujaris who perform yajna, if we speak about yajna samagri, they would like to see that once. Similarly, Vishwamitra Muni purposefully spoke about the Shiva Dhanush in front of Rama and Lakshmana, so that they gather some interest to go and actually see that Dhanush. So, it is also mentioned that before Rama comes to the palace of Janak Maharaj, Ravanasur also comes. Ravanasur also gets the news that such and such ceremony is going to be held. He also comes. And he is a very powerful person, as we know. Indra used to cut vegetables in his kitchen, and he used to step on Navagrahas to go to and sit on his throne. The Navagrahas which spoil our life, or movement of Navagrahas which create a trouble in our life, he used to step on those Navagrahas to go and sit on the throne. That's Ravanasur. A devotee of the Lord, Jai Vijay, so it's not something ordinary. So he also came, and but he said that, first I want to see the bride. Janak said, nothing doing. First you show Shakti, then Stri, that's how it is. So because he had heard so much of beautiful things about Mother Sita and the beauty of Mother Sita, he desired to pick up the bow. He did pick up the bow. But to his surprise, it was so heavy that he fell. Then the bow fell on top of him, and he got injured. They had to immediately call for medical help and, उसको ठीक करके फिर वापस भेज दिया. But Ravanasur had come to also give a try. So while this thing was happening, the kings who had given multiple tries to pick up the Shiva Dhanush, they all, became a union to protest against Janak Maharaj, saying that this Janaka has purposefully kept such a condition because he doesn't want us to get married to his daughter. He wants to insult us. Who can pick up the Shiva Dhanush? It was made by Vishwamitra. No, it was made by Vishwakarma. Like, who can pick up this Shiva Dhanush? And he is such a fool. He doesn't want his daughter to get married, and he has kept such a condition. And every day, because of which people would attack. If you come in an assembly or आपका थोड़ा insult हो जाएगा, you would go back and make sure that you attack him again because that person tried to insult you. So the kings, they would come back and attack the kingdom of Janak. So it was a constant trouble that Janak Maharaj had to face, and he was also doubting, have I done the right thing by putting such a condition? Until Vishwamitra Muni arrives over there with Lord Ramachandra. So when Janak Maharaj first time sees Lord Ramachandra, he feels that if somebody can pick up the Dhanush, it can be this person. And he tells Vishwamitra Muni, if Lord Ramachandra is successful in picking up the Dhanush, I will give my daughter's hand to him. But he uses the word if. This if is actually a doubt, because when you have constant failures in your life, you lose hope, you lose belief, you lose even faith sometimes in God. So knowing that, Ramachandra had killed so many demons, Tadaka, and he had delivered Aliya and so many other demons before coming to that assembly, and knowing the strength of Ramachandra, still he used that word if. So many times in our life also, we have these doubts. But if we have full faith in the Lord, in spite of our multiple failures, even if we have full faith in the Lord, then our situation will not be the same. So we know little going more ahead, we know that Lord Ramachandra, after circumambulating, bowing down, taking permission of Vishwamitra Muni, he picked up the Dhanush. And after he picked up the Dhanush, he tried to tie a string, because that was the condition. And while he was trying to tie the string, the bow, it broke from the middle. It broke. So Acharyas mentioned the significance of the bow being broken. One of the significances is that both the ends of the bow, it represents birth and death. And in middle, from where Lord Ramachandra broke that bow, represents our false ego. So in our life, we are between birth and death. And what connects us, what keeps us in the material world is this false ego. So with the help of Lord Ram and his devotion, and there is one lighter moment that I heard this Saturday was Ramru Prabhu saying that Ramachandra ने बांध तोड़ दिया क्योंकि उसके बाद the next in line to get married was Lakshmana. So so that he doesn't have to go through the same condition of picking up the bow, he might as well broke the bow. It was not an insult to Shiva, but it was more to because it was a condition which only he could have fulfilled. He also knew that. So that's how the breaking of the bow happens. And when that event happens, everybody faints except for Lakshman, Vishwamitra and Janak Maharaj. Everybody else faints. It creates a very strong noise. Like last night I heard there was a thunderstorm. I was fast asleep. Didn't realize. I was just realizing that the window is banging loudly, but nothing else. But yeah, everybody fainted with that breaking of the bow. So much so that the noise even went to Ayodhya. The noise even went to Ayodhya. Because later on when the messengers of Janak Maharaj go to invite Dashrath Maharaj, they tell that aisa hua tha. So Janak Maharaj, हमने भी आवाज सुना था, but I didn't know it was my son breaking the bow. So it was very powerful. That breaking of the bow was very, very powerful. So Janak is very happy. Finally, somebody could break the bow. And my condition was not my qualification that I kept for. Actually, the secret behind this, we all know that why he kept this condition was because this is not mentioned in the Valmiki Ramayana, but the legend says that when Mother Sita was small, she was playing with a ball, and that ball went under the Shiva Dhanush where it was kept. And she very conveniently with her left hand picked up the bow and removed the ball, and she went and started playing. And this was seen by the soldiers who were guarding that Shiv Dhanush. The Shiv Dhanush was actually kept on a cart which was to be pulled by 500 bulls and pushed by 5,000 men like Dara Singh, strong men. That was the weight of Shiva Dhanush, which she just picked up with the left hand and kept it on the side. So knowing that, Janak had thought that I should at least get my daughter married to a able man. Otherwise, if Mother Sita would embrace someone, kya hoga fir? So he was worried with the strength of... See, this is a very beautiful lesson that Sita, to get married to Lord Ramachandra, had to give up her Shakti. Surrender. Surrender comes when we give up our abilities. Draupadi had to give up her Lajja to come in shelter of Krishna. Mother Sita had to give up her Shakti to come in shelter of Lord Ramachandra. While I was just scrolling many things today morning, I came across a very nice short reel. It said that, when Ravana came to kidnap Mother Sita said, "Can you really kidnap me? Do you know who I am?" And she's like, "My Swami, he carries Shank Chakra Gada Padma. And I carry the same Shank Chakra Gada Pada in my fingers. In my Shank Chakra Gada Padma. I carry it in my fingers. With my 2 fingers, I can crush you. But I will not do that. Because I would want my Swami to come and do that so that he can be glorified generations after generations. So Mother Sita had to give up her Shakti. Surrender means that you have to become a bonded man. It's not that we come with a skill set or ability and then we say that I am fully surrendered. Because we are not fully surrendered then. We have at back of our mind that yes, I have this special quality. I can sing nicely. I can cook nicely. I can speak nicely. So then there is no samarpan. Because we depend upon our own skills much more than the mercy of the Lord. So Mother Sita had to give up her Shakti to complete surrender. And she takes up many roles. She takes up a role of the consort of the Lord. She takes up the role of the common living entity. She takes up the role of a guru to teach us how one should behave when one is with the Lord and how one should behave when one is away from the Lord also. So she takes up many roles during the Ramayana. So Janak Maharaj was very, very happy. Okay, somebody is here who has done this. So he goes to Ramachandra. And Ramachandra, he tells that now I will get my daughter married to you. Ramachandra, to his surprise, says, I cannot get married to her. I need to take permission of my father. Because the condition was, my guru just told me to pick up the bow. I picked up the bow. There was no discussion to get married. And I cannot get married because Ayodhya Kanda is a Kanda of Dharma Kanda. So he had to set, of course, Lord Ram throughout his life sets wonderful dharmic principles. So I cannot get married without my permission of my father. And Janak Maharaj fainted hearing that. Here is a man who is qualified to get married, and he is saying now he cannot get married. And Dhanush bhi toot chuka hai, to koi aur bhi aayega to kaun uthayega? Who will pick it up? There is no condition left now. So Vishwamutra Muni, he took some water and he woke him up, he is saying he'll take permission. He has not said that he will not get married or he doesn't want to get married. He needs to take permission. Dashrath Maharaj, you send best of your men to Ayodhya and you invite Dashrath Maharaj. So he sends very able people, such an able people. He said that from here to Ayodhya, when you go, you should not even breathe. You should go and breathe only after informing Dashrath Maharaj that this is what has happened. So these people, after 3 days, they reached there. After 3 days only, they took the next breath. They were such qualified people. So they went there and they told Dashrath Maharaj that, your son, he has done wonderful activities. He has killed so many demons. And he was also invited to the assembly where he picked up the Dhanush. He broke the Shiva Dhanush. And the result of that Shiva Dhanush was that Janak Maharaj was very pleased and he wanted to offer his daughter to him. So that even Dashrath Maharaj doesn't feel offended that, something happened, that something so eventful happened and I didn't know about it. So they presented it in such a way that the Swayamvara thing looks as just a byproduct of the entire event. So Dashrath Maharaj is like a child. He is very, very happy. He becomes like a small child. Immediately he leaves for Mithila. Immediately. He invites the whole of Ayodhya. He's like, jaise hum to wedding mein, we have limitations, so we invite only limited number of people because we have some budget constraints and all. So Dashrath Maharaj invited everyone. Everyone can come. And he was the first one to leave and he was the first one to reach Mithila. Mithila is in present day Nepal and Ayodhya is in UP. It is said in Kamba Ramayana, Kamba Muni mentions that when Dashrath Maharaj reached Mithila, the last person was still leaving from Ayodhya. That was the procession of the people who went to see the marriage ceremony of Sita and Ram. So it was a wonderful description. So when Dashrath Maharaj reached there, he was very happy. The citizens of Mithila, citizens of Ayodhya, they were talking to each other. They said that Mother Sita, the Ayodhya citizens said that Mother Sita should have 1,000 eyes to glorify the beauty of Ramachandra. Mithila citizens said that no, Ramachandra should have 1,000 eyes. In fact, his 1,000 eyes should be added every minute to speak about the beauty of Mother Sita, because Mother Sita's beauty keeps increasing every minute. Even Sarvabhauma Prabhu was mentioning that Mata Kaushalya was very worried when Ramachandra, he was growing up, who will get married to him, because he was so beautiful, such a personality that very tall, sharp features. He's like 19-20 भी नहीं चलेगा, 19-20 भी नहीं चलेगा. It has to be either 20-20 or 20-21. Has to be +1, you know. So when Mother Kaushalya saw first time Mother Sita after the marriage, she said that this is ideal. Her beauty was exquisite to the beauty of Ramachandra also. In fact, there were 2 times that Ramachandra was the most happy. One was when he first time saw Mother Sita, and the second was when he again became the king of Ayodhya. Like Ramar Prabhu was mentioning that before reading the Ramayana, before reading the Bhagavad Gita, one should read the Ramayana, because Lord Ramachandra led his life in every way in which Bhagavad Gita has been spoken. Matra Sparshashtu Kaunteya Sitoshana Sukha Dukkadaha. So the Tam Titikshva Bharata, so has to be tolerant. Similarly, both in happiness and distress, Lord Ramachandra, he was tolerant. He was distressful when he had to go to the forest. He had to go through difficult times, but there was no dint of, pain on his face. Similarly, when he became the king, it was not that he was partying that night. Like the way if he gets some post, or sometimes even if he gets some big donation, we may give a party in Govindas, to celebrate. But Ramachandra was fasting. When he became the king, he was fasting. He told Mother Sita that we are now first king and the queen, then husband and wife. That was Ramachandra. So in both happiness and distress, he was Titikshava. It was not that, he was celebrating. So, Dashrath Maharaj comes to, so they were glorifying the beauty, and Janak Maharaj. Now, Maharaj Janak speaks to his son-in-law, father-in-law advising son-in-law, and he says that, some wonderful things about Mother Sita. Generally, that Panigrahan ceremony happens. In that, the right hand of the groom is kept on the top of the left hand of the bride. But in the case of Sita Ram, it was opposite. The left hand was kept on. The indication is that, right hand on top of left, the indication is that now she's under your care. I'm handing over my daughter to you. But over here it was opposite, because Janak Maharaj said that now you are under her care. She'll always be there in your difficult times, and she'll always protect you from succumbing to weaknesses. She'll always be there. And then he starts to use some specific words, like he speaks that, I mentioned that Mother Sita is Ayonija. So don't think that your birth is special. The birth of Mother Sita is also very, very special. She's not born of a womb of a mother. Then he speaks about the beauty. He said, don't look here and there. Actually, Mother Sita is here. Sita is standing close to Ramachandra, but Ramachandra, why is Janak Maharaj saying Yama Sita? Yama, here it is. She's here. Why? Because looking at the beauty of Mother Sita, Ramachandra could see Sita everywhere. And by chance, he should not garland someone else. So he said, Yama Sita. Here is Sita, here is Sita. So it doesn't make a mistake. And he mentions other few things as well. He says, he says that she'll also be a dharmacharini tava. Dharmacharini tava means that she'll always follow you when you do right things, and she'll correct you when you are wrong. There are a few instances where Mother Sita also corrects Ramachandra. And she'll be like your shadow. The shadow is always emanating from the feet. Shadow is connected to the feet. So she'll always be at your lotus feet. And when the sun is rising, the darkness is behind, the shadow is behind you. So whenever there are good things are happening, she'll be behind you. And when the sun is setting, the shadow is in front of you. So whenever bad things will happen, she will be in front of you. So that's how, and hearing all these wonderful qualities of Mother Sita, Ramachandra takes this vow that I'll be Eka Patni Vrata. That's the vow he takes there. And When the citizens of Ayodhya hear this vow, especially the women, they are very, very happy, because the previous kings, they all had more than one wives. So, yatha raja tatha praja, kehta hai na? So the way a king would set examples, the common men would follow. So Ramachandra had set this wonderful example. So the time came where they had to garland each other. Lord Ram could easily garland Mother Sita because she was not so tall, but Ramachandra was very tall. And he had never bent. So he's waiting. Mother Sita is also waiting. And Lakshman comes to the rescue. Lakshman runs and he touches the feet of Lord Ram. And to pick up Lakshman, he bends down. Rama bends down and Mother Sita puts the garland. So Lakshman signifies, he acts over here as a guru. A guru's responsibility is to connect the Lord, the living entity, with the Lord. So over here, Lakshmana acts as the guru, where he connects Mother Sita to Lord Ramachandra, and Sita is also personifying as a common living entity. So actually, there's one more very good thing that happened during when Ramachandra told that I will not get married unless my father gives the permission. Everybody was broken, especially Janak was broken-hearted hearing that. But there was one person who was very happy. You know who? Huh? Yes, Mother Sita was very, very happy hearing this. Why? Because she had kept these 3 qualifications for her husband. One is that he should be heroic. Hero hona chahiye, Ramachandra was hero. He picked up the bow, he had killed so many demons. Second is that he should be very good at speaking. Speak the right things at the right time in the right way. So Lord Ramachandra, she saw that how he was very comfortably conversing with Maharaj Janak. Generally, the psychology of a man and a woman is different. When a man gets upset or there is something worrying, he will be silent. He will not speak much. Whereas a woman, when she's upset, she'll speak a lot. She'll express. But here she saw Ramachandra was a person who could speak for his own self. So she was very happy. And the third condition was that he was self-controlled. Battles were fought. People had died. Thousands of men had died. But here was somebody who had actually won me in marriage. But he was saying, I will not get married to you unless my father gives me the permission. So she said, he is my ideal man. That's how she judged. So this was the wonderful ceremony of, there's so many detailed things I was hearing, it's very detailed. And once Yashomati Nandan Prabhu asked Srila Prabhupada, my dear Prabhupada, why don't you write the commentary on Ramayana? Prabhupada said, what is there in the life of Lord Ram? It is very simple. Even when God wants to get married, he can fall in trouble. Even when God decides to get married, he can fall in trouble. So there is a lighter way, but of course Srila Prabhupada wanted to give commentary and time was not there, but yes. So this occasion of the marriage ceremony of Mother Sita and Lord Ramachandra is very, very special because it's between 2 pure personalities, unlike we see in the material world. Then comes something related to this verse where Lord Ramachandra is banished to the forest. So when Kaikai was asking the boon, she did not say 14 years. She said 10 plus 4 or 9 plus 5 or 12 plus 2, but she never occurred the word 14 because in the rule of Maharaj Dasharath, there was a condition that anybody staying away from the kingdom for 14 years will never get entitled to the kingdom again. So though she had to ask that boon, but she never specifically uttered the word 14. So when just the night before the coronation, the day before the coronation, Ram and Sita were in their chambers getting ready for coronation ceremony. Sumantra comes to invite Ramachandra. You've been called in the Bhavan of Kaikai Bhavan. So Ramachandra, before he goes, he tells Mother Sita, I'm sure our parents have thought something good for us. He's indirectly, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he knows what is going to happen. So he's indirectly hinting Mother Sita, and Mother Sita also just smiles, knowing that yes, I am with you. There were very less words exchanged between Lord Ram and Mother Sita, because they would converse by heart. Nowadays there are modern communication systems to communicate between two people, but still there are so many misunderstandings and people cannot understand the message. But here it is a proof that only by eye to eye contact Sita and Ram would speak actually. So Ramachandra starts to walk. He waits just before going out of the door. He turns back again and he takes out a garland. He was wearing a flower garland and he offers it to Mata Sita, indicating that I am going as a king, but I'll come back as a beggar, and I will not have any more. But I will not have the privilege to offer you gold and silver garlands. What I can give you in the forest is only. Are you fine with it? And she immediately acknowledges by making an imaginary garland around his neck. So that, and Sumantra is not understanding what is happening. Both these people are talking basis eye contact. So Ramachandra goes, he hears what happens he hears Dasharatha Maharaj, Kaikai, Mother Kaikai, and then he comes back. We know that he comes back with a little. There is no charmer that is happening, there is no chhatri on top of him. Mother Sita also understands something is wrong. And when he comes back, his statement changes. He says, you please take care of father and mother over here. Please accept Bharata as the king. Please, stay nicely with all the three mothers. And she's wondering, why is he speaking like this? Why is he speaking like this? Because just now, before going, he was saying that he's going to take me to, but he was indicating wherever we have to go, you should just come with me. But now he's speaking like this. So then he says that Mother Kaikai had got these two boons, and with the one boon, she wants Bharat to become the king, and with the other, she wants me to go to the forest. So I'll have to go to the forest. So Mother Sita says, even I will come. Ramachandra says, you cannot come. Actually Mother Sita's body and she had never stepped outside of her palace without wearing golden paduka. Her body had never touched bhumi. She never saw sunlight and moonlight never touched her body because she always came out in a palanquin. It is said that even if a newly grown mango tree's leaf would touch her skin, that part would turn red. That's how sensitive she was. And Ramachandra is saying, how will you walk bare feet in the forest? Mother Sita says, I don't know about you, but in my childhood there was an astrologer who said that I will have to go to the forest twice. And hearing that, I had always kept my bags packed. Like the traveling Sankirtan devotees, they always keep their bags packed. Kal bolenge chalo jana hai to nikal jate hain. So I don't know about you, I am sure to go to the forest. So Ramachandra is still trying to tell her that you cannot come. In the night when you sleep, it's not like our palace where there will be pin drop silence. If a lion roars, next day you would want to come back to the palace, But she's like, nothing doing, I am coming. But Rama was adamant, he didn't want to take him back. Actually, there is a Kuta Shloka in Ramayana which mentions. Kuta Shloka means the iconic Shloka of Ramayana. You know how many people were waiting for Ram to be coronated? 100 crore. When Ram had to come out of his palace and get coronated, 100 crore of people, 100 crore were waiting. Do you think how these many people can fit in Ayodhya? आपको क्या लगता है कितने लोग फिट हो सकते हैं अयोध्या में? Yes or no? Yes, why? अयोध्या हम जाके आए, इतना जगह है क्या अयोध्या में? तो फिर कैसे फिट हो गए? It's a sky. No, they were normal citizens. Expands, yeah, it's a dhama. It's like a lotus dhama, so it expands. So 100,000 people were waiting, and they were saying, you can recite this after me. Yasya Rama na pashyetu Yam cha Ramo na pashyati Nindata sarva lokeshu Swatma peyam vigarate. Swatma peyam vigarate. So this verse means that the translation here mentions is all the people blamed the one who did not see Rama and the one who was not seen by Rama. Such a person would blame himself. So they said that, did you see Ram? Did you see Ram? And did Ram see you? But two things. Did you see Ram and did Rama see you? Because if that did not happen, then your life is a waste. Life is waste. If you did not see Ramachandra, and if Lord Ramachandra did not see you, either of these things didn't happen, then your life is a waste. So, Mother Sita, further, she tries to convince Ramachandra. And finally, actually she was very sensitive in every time when she spoke to Ramachandra. But this time, she had to be a little insensitive. She said, why you don't want to take me? The real reason is that you don't have the ability to protect me. You don't want to take the responsibility of protecting me. That is why you don't want to take me to the forest. Had my father Janak been here, knowing that he has got me married to a girl dressed as a man, then he would have never done this. So hearing this, Ramachandra was broken. Never somebody had spoken like this to him, He says, okay, you can come. That's it. And Mother Sita knew that she had said something so heavy that this was going to be a strong imprint and it would take a little longer for her to undo that. But she thought that if I don't say this right now, then I will be away from Rama for 14 years. But if I say this right now and I can go with Ramachandra, then I have 14 years to undo that. So it's better sometimes to be insensitive for a greater cause. For a greater cause. So we know that Lord Rama leaves with Lakshman and Mother Sita, and when they walk, it is like Ramachandra walking in front, Mother Sita walking in between, and Lakshman walking behind. And it is after a little distance, when they came out of Ayodhya, Mother Sita asked, have you come in the forest? No, this is just the outskirts of Ayodhya. She had never seen forest life. Then further they walked, have you entered the forest? No, Baba, this is still not the forest. So we know that when a person is walking bare feet, if we put our feet in the same place where a person walking in front of us is walking, then the path will be a little bit more easier, because the thorns, the pebbles would have gone down. But Mother Sita would never put her feet in the same footprints of Lord Ram. She would always walk with the footprints on the left of hers. She would always keep it closer to her heart and walk towards the left. And similarly, Lakshman would keep the feet of Sita and Ram towards his left and always look at the feet of Mother Sita. That was their mood. That is the mood of love. In a material perspective, one may feel, this is so foolish, but this is how devotion is, this is how love is. So, coming back to this incident, for 13 years in the forest, Ram and Lakshman did not have to face a lot of hassle with fighting with a lot of demons until the episode of Surpanakha comes. Surpanakha. So Surpanakha, when she came, that time Lord Ramachandra had chopped off her ears and Lakshman had chopped off the nose. That's when she goes back and she calls her two brothers Kar and Dushan, and they attack with 14,000 demons. So Lakshman is all charged up, After such a long time, after 13 years, there is an opportunity to fight a war. So Ramachandra says, you please take Mother Sita and go and wait in the cave. Lakshman is like, my dear Lord, why you are taking this effort? Let me do it. After so many years, Mother Sita can take care of her by herself. 14,000. I can be with you. Lord Ramachandra, it is mentioned, he just gives a stern look to Lakshman, indicating nothing doing. ये थोड़ा मेरा पर्सनल मामला है, I have not forgotten what Mother Sita had said 13 years back. It's time now for me to. So he gives a very stern look to Lakshman. Lakshman understands, kuch nahi hoga, I'll have to go back. So it is mentioned, different descriptions are there. One of the descriptions is that Lord Ramachandra within 1 hour kills all the 14,000 demons within 1 hour. And the bow of Ramachandra has a bell. And whenever demons would be killed, the bell would ring. And for that 1 hour, the bell never stopped. Continuously, Lord Ram was shooting arrows at the speed of the mind. So when, after the killing of the demons, Mother Sita and Lakshman come out of the cave. You see Ramachandra standing, bathed in blood, dust, and the bow in his hand. He's silent. He's waiting for Mother Sita to say something. He's silent. Mother Sita also comes out screaming, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. So she says, now this is a time for me to undo what I had said 13 years back. Like, my dear father Janak would have been here today to see this. He would have got you married to all his daughters, looking at your valor, So hearing that, Ramachandra got a smile on his face and he embraced Mother Sita. So that's the time when she got to undo what she said. But it is also mentioned at one point of time in Valmiki Ramayana that Lord Ramachandra shot arrows, and Valmiki mentions not even a drop of sweat came from the forehead of Ramachandra. And that's when Sita comes out with a garland. Because before that she had told Ramachandra, this bow and arrow that you're carrying is just a decoration or you sometimes use also. So that this was a response of Lord Ramachandra to Mother Sita. Actually, at many instances, Mother Sita never allowed. In fact, if you see the demons which were killed they were never killed in front of Mother Sita. They were always injured. Because Mother Sita is a personification of mercy, motherly feeling. She never allowed even the demons to be killed. She told Ramachandra that we have taken this ascetic attire. We should not be walking around with a bow. And she tells a story, once Indra was envy of a sage. And because he was so envy, he came to meet that sage and he gave him a sword. And he told him that you please hold this sword, I have to go and attend nature's call. But Indra never wanted to come back to that sage. The sage, while he was holding the sword, he tried to use that sword on a wooden plank. It cut sharply. He thought, wow, it's powerful. He went out, he started chopping everything. And slowly he became a dacoit. So Mother Sita says that if you similarly hold this bow, even if you don't want to kill, you will kill these demons. So Ramachandra says, I have given up my Kshatriya lifestyle, not my Kshatriya dharma. Even if he changed the attire, I cannot take out the Kshatriya out of me. So I'm here to protect my devotees, to protect the sages, and to annihilate the miscreants, the demons. So this is a wonderful pastime wherein the banishment of Ramachandra happens to the forest, and Mother Sita speaks such words to Lord Ramachandra, and also later on gets an opportunity to cover up what she has spoken. So I wouldn't want to speak much, but yes, there are so many things. There is wonderful pastimes. There was once a competition of swimming also in Godavari river between Lord Ramachandra and Mother Sita. There are so many other stories like that, In Ashok Vatika also, how Mother Sita meditates upon the presence of Lord Ramachandra. And so what we can take back from her life is that she was always immensely absorbed in remembering the name of Lord Ram. So for 10 months, Mother Sita was away from Ramachandra until the 10th month when Hanuman came with a ring to Mother Sita. So our spiritual master is like Hanuman, and our spiritual master comes with the holy name, because the holy name is something that can connect us to the Supreme Lord. Similarly, Hanuman is a representation of spiritual master who gives us hope, who gives us the holy name. And Mother Sita is our situation, where she had to go and stay in Lanka because she was attracted by the golden deer. Similarly, we are also attracted by the glittery illusion of this material world, due to which we forget Ramachandra, due to which we forget Supreme Lord Krishna. So hence we should intensely pray to the Supreme Lord, and like the way Mother Sita did, and chant their holy names very, very sincerely. Hare Krishna. Shri Shri Sita Ram ki Jai. Any questions or comments? Yes, Prabhuji. I'm so sorry, I would like to apologize to Radhakant Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
She was supposed to speak today.
No, she spoke very nicely, thank you very much. Lord Ramachandra is a Kshatriya. So, does a Kshatriya require to take permission of his father if he wants to marry? Because sometimes, whenever someone throws challenge or some woman comes and offers, then they don't generally reject. In the case of Dushyanta, he didn't seek permission from his father, like that many instances. But in case of Lord Ram, why he would have spoken like that?
Yeah, as I said, Ayodhya Kanda is also Dharma Kanda, and he wanted to set a ideal example. You're absolutely correct. Kshatriyas would many times win certain challenging situations, and they wouldn't want to have to take permission. But here Ramachandra wanted to set an ideal example that even though he was a Supreme Personality of Godhead, a very able son, the elder son, actually the eldest son is supposed to only get married with the permission of the parents. So to set an example for the youngers to follow. Because there was one technicality to it also, is that when the Shraddha ceremony happens, Shraddha, the wife of the elder son is supposed to offer water, oblations. But here, if he has got married to somebody of his own choice, and nowadays people have love marriage, or of their own choice, and the dutiful son is performing, Shraddha ceremony, but the wife is busy seeing a TV serial, and the ceremony is passing by, not interested, then the forefathers would never get delivered. It's a part of that. So a cultured way of accepting a qualified wife is also very important, with the permission of the parents, because the parents would see many things. They would also check generations behind. कि इस family में कोई पागल तो नहीं था ना? Yeah, they would check many other things before getting a girl married to their, or matchmaking would happen both the ways. So the first wife, the eldest son's wife, also holds a very important responsible position. Hence Ramachandra also wanted to make sure that there was complete consent of his father and the elders in the family before he got married. Okay. Great. So any other questions? Yes, bro.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You have given very class. We are desiring that you go on speaking and we go on hearing. It was so amazing pastimes of Lord Ram and Sita. So just to hear more from you, I am asking more questions. So like you have said that Lord Ram has taken vow of marrying only one woman. And we read in the Prabhupada books that for a Kshatriya, marrying more than one wife is good only, matlab it's not restricted. Like Dashrath Maharaj and Lord Krishna, everyone, they married more than one wife, and that is also permitted in the Shastra for a Kshatriya. So why Lord Rama has taken this vow? It's according to dharma only to marry more than one wife like that.
Yes, absolutely. See, we idealize Lord Ramachandra in our life as human beings, right? Maryada Purushottam, Leela Purushottam, Prema Purushottam. During the pastimes of Krishna, we always relish it because they are very madhurya, they are very sweet. But why Lord Ramachandra had this one vow is to set again a very simple standard and example that we'll be happy by getting married to only one woman. And as Prabhupada lightly said that sometimes that cannot be also possible, because even for Mother Sita, Lord Ramachandra had to fight a big battle. So the actions performed by the Supreme Lord for the humanity are perfect. There is no discrepancy in that, because the Lord himself is all perfect. So yes, it is not wrong for a Kshatriya to get married to more than one, but Lord Ramachandra broke that standard. That's why many times still today, when we speak about Lord Ramachandra and Ramayana, we say that he is Ekapatni Vrata, and we take pride in that because of the standard that he set. So, yeah. Anything you want to add, Sachinandan Hari Prabhu? So it is like questioning why God does something. We have to believe that God does whatever he does is absolutely correct. Many times people question why Krishna did this or why Krishna did this. Look, people may not know the reason why Krishna told Arjuna to attack when Karna was off the chariot, Or see, many times people say that Bhishma Pitama says in Bhagavatam that हम हमारे कुटुंब के लिए बहुत सारी गलत चीज़ें करते हैं. कुटुंब. So Bhishma Pitama says to Krishna that the chariot of Arjuna became the kutumb for Krishna. To protect Arjuna and his chariot, Krishna did everything, because kuta, the word kutum comes from the word kuta, that is to do, hera fairy and all this. So Bhishma Pitama says that you consider the chariot of Partha as the kutumba, and hence you could not see anything else. But we never Krishna says that nothing doing. I want to finish everyone, so I want to finish everyone. Yes, Prabhu.
So, whatever the Lord does, there is a question. If Krishna married so many wives, people will ask, why Krishna married so many? If the Lord marries one woman, why Lord only one woman? So having question is, that kind of, the mind keeps asking, why? So every why doesn't have answer, but Lord Rama Avatara is actually, Ramayana is a practical demonstration of Vedas. What is described in the Vedas, the Vedic knowledge, the philosophy of Vedas, the practical demonstration is Ramayana. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Right? Lord Rama is a Dharma Purushottam. Right? And Lakshmana represents Artha, which has to be used for the activities of Dharma. And Kama and Moksha, they represent Bharata and Shatrughna. This is what Acharyas tell. And that is there in the Vedas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Vedas have two parts, Karma Kanda part and Gnana part. Now finally you have to go to Moksha, liberation, going back to Godhead. And as Prabhu said that, like Hanumanji is like the spiritual master and who connects the Sita who is stuck in Lanka and kidnapped by Ravana, and then Rama is the Supreme Lord. So Hanumanji connected, right? So Guru is the one who connects Jiva. We are all living entities. Guru connects us to the Supreme Lord. We are all stuck in this material world. So in the Ramayana is actually a description, a practical demonstration of the philosophy of Vedas. How Lord Rama is the Supreme Lord and Sita represents a Jiva. In that way, Ramayana has so many stories which has a deeper meaning. That is called Tattva Deepika, the light of knowledge, philosophy. Through stories, story is one thing, but inside the story, the inner meaning. So why Lord married, only one? Because Lord Rama is Maryada Purushottama. So Maryada means man of respect. How a husband should be chaste, wife should be chaste, very respectful to the father, very much caring to the citizens of the kingdom. So in that way, to lead an example, to show an example of an ideal human. See, you are asking, he is a Kshatriya, he can marry more. But he didn't come as a Kshatriya only. He came to teach how a human should be. What about Vaishyas? What about Brahmanas? What about Shudras? They are also humans. So he was born in a Kshatriya family, but his life is an ideal human being, Maryada Purushottama. Right. So Brahmanas have only one wife, Vaishyas one wife, Kshatriya may have many. But he came as a person to teach an ideal human how he should be. So therefore, one woman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Ramayana is a description of the Vedas. If you see the Sthita Prajna section in the Bhagavad Gita 2.55 onwards, the 18 verses, if you go through all those verses, you will find each and every characteristic of that verse in Lord Ramachandra. He is an ideal. That's why Ramanuja Prabhu was mentioning on this Saturday that before going through the Bhagavad Gita, one should know about the life of Ramachandra, because you can relate everything in theory what Krishna is mentioning. Okay, thank you so much. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande Shri Sita Navami Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Hare Krishna.
His Grace Nitai Jivan Prabhu ki jai.